Okay, so today on the Mechanic Basics series, we're doing one of my least favorite things of all time, drilling metal. If you've never had the pleasure of drilling out a broken piece of steel, try never to do it ever. So we're gonna start here. We have an auto center punch. We're gonna put a punch hole directly in the center of our work. This is a broken shear pin. We've already tried punching it out. It's not moving. So we're gonna try and get that in the center. I'm gonna punch it a couple times. Hopefully in the same spot. That's going to prevent our drill bit from walking. We're starting with a 1/16 pilot bit. This is a teeny tiny bit. Do not jump this stage in the game. You really want to start small. And then we're going to use a little bit of lube so the drill bit doesn't overheat. Can you see that? Now I'm doing my best to drill straight into the work. It doesn't matter where we put the hole's gonna go where it wants. You see we're getting shavings coming out of there, means we're making progress. Okay, now we started making a little bit of progress. I'm gonna throw a little more lube on there. And this is gonna be a back and forth process here. So keep adding lube, keep drilling, back and forth. So there's shavings coming out, that's a good sign. Take your time here. This is an important step. Try and hold the drill as straight and steady as possible. Broken through to the other side, which is huge. So I can see daylight through there. I know I'm kind of where I want to be. Now we're going to up the size of the drill bit. So I've jumped up to a 7/64 bit. This is a high-speed steel bit. You might be using a titanium-coated bit or a cobalt bit or something like that. Just as long as it's a good sharp drill bit, you should be okay. Now hopefully with this pilot hole in place, we make progress relatively quickly. This portion of the video has been cut. I did stop and add lubricant to the drill bit 2 more times during this point. Once again, take your time. Try not to overheat the bit. Pretty important. A little bit of lube goes a long way. There we go. So we finally made it all the way through the work. We're trying to get to a 1/4 inch bit here because that's the size of our shear pin that's gonna occupy that hole after we're all done. Okay, so an important factor here, you notice we got a pilot hole, but you wanna make sure that the pilot is thicker than the split point of the bit. And it's tough to see on camera. But the split point of the bit won't actually do any cutting. These are the parts that are actually going to cut the material. So this is why it's important to get a good pilot hole in there. And this isn't even the last bit we need. We're going to walk up to a 1/4 inch. This is a little smaller than that, probably a 3/16 or something like that. Now sometimes getting through to the other side can be a lot. And you might even see the drill bit stall, like it's doing right here. All right, I'm getting there. And finally, we're able to walk up to our big 1/4-inch bit that we're gonna need here. So you see I've used 3 or 4 different sizes to get to this stage, which is pretty important. At this point, if I really felt like it, I could try using a punch and knocking that out, which we might even try before we go ahead and get through there, because I'm pretty sure I got most of that pin out. So let's try that first. Okay, now attempting to punch that was unsuccessful, which is a travesty, but there's really not much I can do about it at this point. So we pretty much have to commit to drilling this out to install the shear pin that we want. So I do have a 1/4-inch bit. I'm actually going to turn the speed down to 1 on this drill because we're starting to get bigger with the bit size. Okay, now you heard the clutch engaging on this. I specifically didn't put the clutch to drill, and the reason I did that was because if this gets stuck in there and I keep trying to twist it, I'm gonna break the bit off. Then I'm gonna have a hardened piece of steel in where I want a hole, and that would create further frustration for us. So at this point, I'm pretty sure we got most of the hole there. We're gonna keep going just to make sure it's all the way there. We got our hole in there. So now that we finally got the hole that we want, we can reinstall the shear pin and get this snowblower back in operation. Hope that helps you out. Now, even though in the last 3 seconds of the video I did have the hole that I wanted, I just took this punch, 1/4-inch punch, and knocked out what was left of this pin. This is probably gonna be hot if you just drilled it out. Luckily my hands are made of asbestos so I can hold it. So this is what's left of our broken shear pin. We're definitely going to grease up the new one before we put it in, and greasing your shear pins will prevent you from having to do this in the first place. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you.